everyone, this is the ATC that I made for the ATC swap that I'm hosting on the Scrap Beach for the month of October. And the theme for October is Ghosts, Goblins, and Ghouls. So let me put one of these together really quickly and show you the different steps I did to design this. Now, an ATC is a 2.5 by 3.5 artist trading card. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, and I start with a 2.5 by 3.5 chipboard base for the extra support. And what I did on these is I covered the back with a little bit of like Halloween striped paper, and then I've inked the edges to distress it. And then what I did was taking a piece of white cardstock, I just took my Pumpkin Pie Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, which is a great Halloween one, and just sprayed the center of it, and then heat dried it. I'm just going to set it off to the side in the interest of time today. So then once that is done, it tends to curl a little bit, so I ironed it. Then taking this stamp from my Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo stamp set. This one is Scary Night. I love these Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo stamps. So this clear stamp is the Black Crow. And then I took my Dragonfly Color Box ink pad and inked my stamp, and then just kind of right in the middle stamped it. And then inked it with, or embossed it with, this is Midnight Black embossing powder. And then I just inked the edges with my black soot distressed ink. And then in the interest of time, I'll just set this aside for later. And then what I did was just attached it to my card. Okay, and then, so there's my basic card base. Then what I did was to make the picket fence, I used my Tim Holtz On the Fence edge die. I love these Tim Holtz dies. They are so great. And then I used it, it's about this long. So you'll get two ATCs out of one length of picket fence. So I took the chipboard picket fence, painted it white with my snow cap dauber, then went over that with a paintbrush and the antique linen distress crackle paint because I just wanted it to lightly become distressed. And then to get this aged effect, I took just a small paintbrush with my black soot distress ink and just really worked on these edges and these corners, my in frame here. So in these little edges and these corners, and it just makes it really aged well. Kind of adds a dirty aged element. And then when I'm finished with it, it looks like this. Okay, and then just putting a line of my ATG tape across the bottom. And putting my little picket fence right there. And then it just kind of has a little 3-dimension to it. It just kind of falls forward a little bit. Then what I did was took a little red rhinestone because the raven needed an eye, needed a red eye. And just a tiny drop of glue that is stuck at the moment. Let me see here. I'm going to use my crackle accents instead of my glossy accents because it should work just the same, but it's not stuck. Okay, so there is that. Then, then I took this stamp, this little spider stamp here, from another Inkadinkadoo set, which is called All Hallows Eve, and it's this one here in the corner. And I used it to make these spiders. There's Tyson. And then I cut the spiders out and put a glue dot on it and then just stuck it to the fence here as though it's climbing the fence. And then I added these little bats that I cut from using this EK Success Edge Pump, stamp. And these little bats are left over from the center, and I really like these. And I just glued 3 of them here in the corner to give it a finished look. So there's the finished effect. So there's 3 little bats here, and then the raven with his glowing red eye, my little red black spider here, and my picket fence. So that is my ATG, or excuse me, my ATC that I use my ATG gun with. So I hope that you like that. I hope that was an interesting project for you. And everyone, happy scrapping and ta-ta for now.